For almost 10 million Ukrainian refugees, tomorrow will mark a year since their lives changed forever. Daily routines ripped apart as Russian tanks stormed into cities and villages.
Families forced to find safety anywhere they could. For a handful, that journey took them to the U.S. Jay Gray joins us now live near the Poland-Ukraine border for a closer look at the ongoing humanitarian crisis. Jay, good morning.
Dave, Maureen, good morning to you. And for so many, that trip to safety, hundreds of thousands of Ukrainian refugees began on packed rail cars like this one. This is the train to and from Ukraine right now. Olena, one of those who packed onto these trains, stopping here at the Przemyśl station, the first stop really once you cross the Ukraine border. That journey, though, winding to Northern California.
This year was very difficult for us.
With Russian troops moving in, Olena, her husband, and 7-year-old daughter gather what they can and rush to get out.
We just grab all of it and just go away, and we didn't know where to go.
Spending their first night in a subway station in Kyiv before escaping to western Ukraine. Then, as the fighting intensifies, like millions, they pack onto a train to Poland. Next, traveling to France, and ultimately, with help from a sponsor, the U.S.
It's very hard because you don't know what will waiting for you out there. I don't know.
Because I want a better life. I want to be able to do this on my own.
Help is waiting at Jewish Family Services of Silicon Valley.
When Ukrainian refugees were just getting out of trauma, when they were just fighting that storm and leaving the war zone, that we were wrapping our arms around them. And as an agency, that's our biggest thing and our biggest push.
But they can only push so far. Families that make it to the U.S. from Ukraine are designated as humanitarian parolees, limiting how long they can stay and the support they can receive.
We are not allowed to put them through the typical resettlement process.
But then nothing about all of this is normal, easy, or certain.
I don't know what to plan here, what to plan there. You know, I'm not there and I'm not here.
Her journey to safety, like so many who escaped Ukraine, spanning 12 months, thousands of miles, and still with no end in sight.
Yeah, and look, I want to make it expressly clear that Olena and other Ukrainian refugees I've talked with in the U.S. are so thankful to be there, so grateful for all of the support they're getting. It's just, Maureen, that they are struggling with the uncertainty of what comes next, especially after a year that's been so tumultuous for so many.
Yeah, it's hard to imagine. And Jay, I understand the State Department may be changing some of the guidelines for sponsors who want to help Ukrainians travel to the U.S.?
Yeah, no, you're absolutely right. Right now they're coming through the U2U program, the federal program, but the State Department is going to allow private sponsoring of these Ukrainian refugees, really streamlining the system. That's unprecedented, really, in the history of the U.S. State Department.
Yeah, so many people are in need. Jay Gray, live for us. Thank you so much. Always great to see what you have to bring us.
Yeah.
Well, since the war in Ukraine began, hundreds of families have even fled to right here in Northeast Ohio. One reason is because of the large Ukrainian population already established here, especially in the Parma area. Over these 12 months, refugee resettlement agencies like USCRI of Cleveland has helped these families with documentation and benefits. Director Darren Ham says it's painful to see all that these families are going through.
It's very hard every day to know how far down the path we are, how far away we are from the actual conflict, and to how really acknowledge that we don't know what that's like for so many families, both who are still faced with that abject violence at home and cannot flee, and those who have fled and have no idea what the path forward is, whether that be reunifying with their family back home or remaining here and growing their lives anew.
USCRI takes donations that will help refugees set up homes, find employment, and get established in our area.